I think it's frustrating for people that come to a lot of shows, maybe, but if the overall experience for the other 15,000 people has been really good, and people keep coming back to the gigs, and so I think we have a thing worked out. You stumble upon things that work and sequences, and we'll switch it up. We switch it up a little bit. We played more we tried out a lot of past songs.
Yeah.
The other thing has to do with how long we're able to play and how long my voice will hold up, and if we can do, if you've got 5 gigs in a week,
And also,
you can't play 30 songs.
I get weary. I get tired. I'm approaching the autumn of my life.
So that's kind of an answer. There's truth in all, but I'll give you an example. I don't know how long I can go on this, but
yeah, it's go on forever.
We used to play all these things that I've done in clubs. We used to get no reaction, and we persevered, and we went back to the town, and we had that time in the early days. Yeah. And the song would evolve, and it's become obviously a staple and one of the highlights of a killer show. And we don't get to do that anymore. We don't go back to a town on an album cycle 2, 3, 4 times like we did on our first album, and actually find what's going to work. So you kind of get one shot, and it's tough sometimes.
The other thing is, number 6. Is this record number 6? Yeah. Imploding the Mirage. So we're going to have more songs to play.
Yeah.
So it's inevitable that you're going to get a mixed bag. We're probably going to mix it up a lot more, I would say.
I think so, yeah.
Because we have more to mix.
Also, some songs are just great live songs. Some songs, like a song like Some Kind of Love, the recording is just, it's gorgeous and I love it. But in a theater, I think that song would just be incredible. But in an arena, it doesn't seem to work. There's that kind of stuff to take into consideration.
Yeah.
You outgrow things. Anyway, here we go. What do you appreciate the most about the other person's approach to making music?
Appreciate.
You go first.
No, I want you to go first.
I'll go first. I think it's an evolution that I've noticed. Ron.
That's me.
You're a listener. You're a good listener. And he's not a typical drummer. He's very thoughtful and works around the song and my vocals.
Shit, bro.
And it wasn't like that in the beginning, always. But he's the machine. He's the time machine. And he's the drumulator. What was that other thing that we had that was funny? That was good. We talked about
time machine, drumulator, drum machine.
No, I forget. Anyway, no, it's just music.
How nice.
I knew about.
Nice.
No, I realize it now. I didn't play in many. I didn't really play in any bands before this band.
Father Time.
Oh, Father Time.
Father Time.
But so I don't appreciate what a good drummer is until years of experience. All right, now you tell them how good I am.
Okay.
But what? No, it was the question was, what do you appreciate most about the other person's approach? And so that was
Yeah. Well, I think we've been lucky to see everybody's growth in this band. Mm-hmm. Everybody's sort of they accept these challenges. You stumble upon a vibe of a song and you see something that comes out that you've never seen before. So that's fun. But the approach to songwriting is, it's growing every day. He comes over at my house because I have a little studio in my basement, and he says, I've got this idea, and really, it's fun to see something that's come from. I wouldn't say sort of like a childlike. The approach, at the very beginning, we were we were a garage band.
Yeah.
We all were doing 4 chords and shouting into a mic, and now everything is it's way more grown up. It's way more thoughtful. It's more honest. And I love seeing that. That's one of my favorite things or the signs of growth from you that I've seen is the honesty and the that approach to being able to meld honesty between are we still on? Is this thing still on? Honesty and great chords. Another thing you're getting into is modulation, which I like.
I have been getting into modulation. It's just whenever you learn.
I tried to show you modulation 2006.
I know. Well, I didn't understand it yet. Jared, that was from Jared Clarkson. That was a healing question. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you.
It really was. All bands should get asked what they like about each other.
Yeah.
That is nice. Because a lot of times we're critical of one another.
Yeah.
What else were we gonna say? Oh, but modulation, man. If bands like the Police and that were just masters of modulation. A lot of 80s bands that we take for granted, you just take for granted that people were just putting out so much good music. Duran Duran modulated all over the place. That's not easy to do. Howard Jones, XTC.
Howard Jones.
Anyway, a lot of good stuff.
It's a headset mic, everybody.
Sorry, more Wembley Stadium. Let's see. Would you guys be willing? Oh, would you be willing to do the song Exploder? This is from, how do you say that name? Anything? Amaranthine? Amaranthine. Would you be willing to do the Song Exploder podcast again or something similar where you broke down the making of Rut? I thought, that was a really interesting experience breaking down Rut and tearing it apart. Netflix is going to come out with a filmed Song Exploder series. And we actually have already filmed When You Were Young and breaking down that song.
That was fun.
And it was. Remember he brought out tracks that were muted that we didn't.
Oh, right.
They actually got all the files sent to them, and they were pulling stuff up that we had forgotten that we almost put on the song. And
well, was there a chant?
Was
that
a
the
chant.
Bahia chant?
I took this chant from Lodger. David Bowie has this Bahia, Bahia, and we were trying to get it into When You're Young, and thank heaven, Flood and Alan Mulder talked us out of it. Okay.
Chants. Chanting's cool. It's enchanting.
Why didn't Forget About What I Said make it on the track list? This is from Vanessa BB fan, so I'm guessing is that Battleborn fan? Maybe
or just a fan of BB's.
Maybe it's BB's Red Rider style.
Yeah.
Why didn't Forget About What I Said make it on the track list of Day and Age? It's one of the best songs, and this is coming from an ardent Hot Fuss and Sam's Town fan.
No, it's not. Shit song. That's why it didn't make it.
We're glad you like it. I do remember some of the. I won't share too much, but me and Dave were kind of rooting for Forget About What I Said, and you and Mark weren't. And I don't remember.
Pink apartments.
I don't remember why. Yeah. I don't remember.
The weirdest thing though, as we were leaving last night on the way home, I didn't have the radio on, and I was thinking of that song.
That song?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
So, some songs just make it. It's tough. Sometimes you want a song to make it and it doesn't. Sometimes it's just not quite finished. That song was finished late in the game, and it's all right. I don't think Day and Age is, because of its absence, I don't think it hurt Day and Age.
No.
Day and Age has some good stuff on it. Do you feel like Imploding the Mirage is a continuation of Wonderful, Wonderful? Maybe a happier one? That is from Maria. Yeah, definitely. Can't wait for everybody to hear it. I know there's some. It's not coming out December. It's going to come out before December 31st. If there's a question about that, it's going to be. We're going to get it out as soon as we can. But yeah, it's going to be. It's definitely a continuation. It couldn't have been made without Wonderful, Wonderful, and we explored the fruits of perseverance and. We're excited about it. It's not all just about that. There are other songs. My Own Soul's Warning it can be attached to some of these themes, but it also stands alone separately.
Wait till you hear My Own Soul's Warning.
Yeah. Oh,
ladies and gents.
This one's a little different. From Diana. What's your favorite 90s jam?
Favorite 90s jam? I have so many.
Just yeah.
Any, Smashing Pumpkins, and any of that Soundgarden, Nirvana, that kind of stuff. Those are my jams. I like that stuff. I also really like Fiona Apple, who has a new record out.
What was her big one in the 90s? I remember being in like ninth grade.
Title?
Big song.
Was it called Title?
Yeah.
Like
Criminal.
The Criminal was the big single on it. But
I remember that was a big one.
she's awesome.
I'm screenshotting one from YouTube if you want to hear it.
Okay, yeah, maybe in one second. Let's see how long have we been on? How much longer should we be on here? Will we ever hear the Slot Tech? A 7-minute epic sounds awesome. It might be almost 8 minutes. Slot Tech. Every time we go in to do a new record, I'll show the producer Slot Tech. And nobody's ever really jumping for joy about this story. It's basically about a slot technician with a gambling addiction. It's kind of interesting.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's kind of, and I think if anybody has the right to record that, it's us. We're gonna do it. I think it'll come out eventually.
Maybe we should do it like for Record Store Day or something.
Yeah,
just
we need
record it and put it out.
We need to do that. How about you have recorded like almost all of your influences except Depeche Mode. So we've done covers. Yeah, covers. Sorry. Is there a reason why? I do have a pretty good reason why. I'll talk about it. Or a song you would cover from them. Depeche Mode.
Shit.
Huge influence on us. A huge, just one of my favorite bands.
Yeah. I permed my hair because of Martin Gore.
That's right. Martin came to a gig once, and Ronnie got to tell him about the perm.
Yeah.
And your band name.
Yeah. Purple Dirt.
Purple Dirt.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Martin came to a gig.
Such a nice guy.
And and he was wearing all white leather, and that was just to come to our gig. That wasn't even at his own performance. So he was like holding up his end of the deal, and he's so cool. He's a master at the craft of songwriting, and huge inspiration to us. The reason we haven't done maybe a Depeche Mode covers, Dave Gahan, who's a great singer, is a really, like a baritone almost singer, and I'm on the other end of the spectrum.
You could do all the Martin songs.
So yeah, I could do a Martin song. Some of my favorite. There's a song called "Home" that Martin sings. That is just one of my favorites. I don't know how this question comes from Mochi.
Yeah.
Maybe he's. Anyway, Depeche Mode. If there was a song that we would do, what would we do? Yeah, I mean, "In Your Room" is my favorite, but yeah, maybe I could sing a Martin song like "Somebody" or "Question of Lust" or "Home." Anyway, those are just.
I like the
great
bangers though.
That's what's tough is you do a song that's a deep cut and it's a cover. I don't know how it's going to go down.
Blasphemous Rumors. Damn.
What were the main influences on a song like "Losing Touch" or "This Is Your Life"? This Chris Hewins, 2 of his favorite songs from Day and Age.
Oh.
Those have specific influences actually we can talk about.
Losing Touch. We were listening to a lot of Bowie at that time.
Yeah, and the way the chords move. We have the piano here. I don't know what key it's in. What key is that in?
It's in one of the keys.
It moves a lot like. It moves a lot like Just What I Needed.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a combination of those two worlds. I think it's very, very Just What I Needed by the Cars, Little Bowie, and then This Is Your Life. The Gallop was just a direct touching upon Talking Heads. Is it Road to Nowhere or something? Yeah. You want to ask me one from Whatevs?
Yeah. Let's see. Whatevs is asking.
Oh, this is appropriate. I think today is I'm not plugging myself, but Desired Effects' birthday. Is it? How many years old is it?
That's 2015.
5 years. 5 years old. Okay.
Why wasn't the title track "The Desired Effect" on the main release of the Desired Effect album?
This is a good question.
It's a great question.
And it was just when you're in the middle of making an album, sometimes you're too in it. It should have been on the album. I regret that it's not on the album. So that's that. it'd be like, not putting Imploding the Mirage on this album now. It's like a weird, I don't know what I was thinking.
You didn't
My
have
phone's
counsel of me.
Yeah.
Your consigliere.
Okay, shout me one out from over there.
I have a question from Ronnie's wife.
Oh.
She'd like you to button your shirt up.
Oh, he's showing it too much.
All right, I got one.
Okay.
This is from Dylan. Do you ever feel any pressure to change your sound with each album, or does the change come around naturally?
From Dylan, do we ever feel the pressure to change our sound, or does it come naturally?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of pressure. We just try to go in there and take our new experiences and our new observations and just go for it.
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
I think about this a lot. Like, on one hand, I wish we were like AC/DC and had like the same sound all the time, and that was like us. But we love the studio, and we love figuring out different ways of putting songs in these little vessels.
What else can we do? Let's just do a couple more and then maybe US version of Hot Fuss. So yeah, Hot Fuss had glamorous indie rock and roll on the UK version. And Change Your Mind, they swapped.
Yeah. That was like the thing back then.
Well, it was a misunderstanding too. It's kind of, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody. It's a I don't know.
What are you gonna say? I don't even know what you're gonna say.
I'm not gonna go. When you dropping My Own Soul's Warning? Mark Fletcher is asking. I think we have a date. Is it June 10th? Something like June 10th.
Yeah, everything always moves.
Yeah, but it looks like we're trying to bank on June 10th, and I'm really excited to get that one out there. What is your favorite Dawes song? This one's for me. I came across them on the Spectrum on satellite radio, and it was, I'll never forget it. I was driving from Vegas to L.A. and I had just gotten satellite radio, and a little bit of everything was on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say a little bit.
Oh my gosh! And I was like, I just assumed it's some like song from the '70s that I had never heard and that I needed to discover. And I looked it up, and it was a new band, and I was blown away by the lyrics and the melody. And we've since become friends with those guys, and they're just good guys and great songwriters.
Mm-hmm. Griffin reached out the other day. Griffin's the drummer and brother of Taylor. Hi, Griffin. Hi, Taylor.
This is from Teresa. During the wonderful, wonderful tour, you guys had a fan join you guys on stage to play the drums during For Reasons Unknown. Will you guys keep that once in a lifetime opportunity open for fans during the next tour? So it started in Dublin. A kid had a sign and he wanted to play Dustland Fairy Tale. And we had never done that before, and we were feeling playful. And we brought him up, and it was great. And then people started doing it, and it ended up being just, For Reasons Unknown, became the staple. A woman came and played Dustland again on the keys, but then mostly it was that. We let people play bass on For Reasons Unknown too.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
It's a crapshoot.
You don't know what's going to happen. It's
Some you have to peel them off.
Yeah. Do you think we'll keep doing it or no?
I don't know. I won't say no.
Oh, I had one.
It's a nice way to connect.
Yeah. We'll see. I wouldn't rule out never doing it again. Anna Dumond. Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. My first tattoo. I have to give credit where it's due. I stole that line straight from Bob Dylan. So if you do put that on your body, it ain't from me.
Dylan.
The man. I think that's pretty good. How long has this been?
I think about 15 or 20 in. You guys want to do a song or anything?
You want to ask a couple more recent questions that you snapped?
Yeah.
And then we'll be done?
I got a bunch. Patrick asks, what's the song you were most proud of right after you created it?
Right after you knew right away. Is there a song we knew right away that you were proud of from Patrick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Okay, Patrick?
What thinkers or philosophers inspire you most?
Thinkers or philosophers?
It's a deep question, I guess.
Mark, that one would be good for Mark.
Mark
He's a-
would have
he's
something
a-
to say about it.
Yeah.
I guess this is related to the music way. Do either of you have a muse, or what would you say inspires your songs the most?
Go on.
Stuff that inspires you the most. I mean, it goes back to the first music that you fell in love with, and those feelings that you had, and the feelings that you had with something new that does it for you. We're all chasing something, and it's like, I guess that's a big inspiration.
Yeah.
Maybe we should play the song. Got any more?
Mike says, would you guys consider putting on a live gig completely unplugged?
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to take some time to get it right, but I could see, this is from Mike, he's asking if we would ever consider doing an unplugged situation, like a full performance. I don't rule that out either. I mean, if we have enough time, and if the way that it's looking now, where gigs aren't happening for a minute, I wonder that maybe we have time to practice for that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just say goodbye, and
Bye.
maybe we'll play a little something on our way out.
This would be the second time
Let's do it.
we've ever.
So YouTube's going. Let's turn this one.
Oh.
Maybe we. If they want to hear, they're gonna hear a weird version of it though. Just turn it off. We'll say goodbye to you to the Instagram. We're gonna go to YouTube.
drums.
I think you just start that loop whenever you get it.
Here we go.
Make sure it's happening.